Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Off Campus. Kindly subscribe our channel Off Campus and click on the bell icon. You will receive notifications when we upload videos. We have posted videos like in many subjects like control system, communication system. In engineering mathematics we have discussed about Laplace transform, eigenvalues, and we have posted many videos about Z transforms and microprocessor. Kindly check with the playlist. I will give you the link also in the icons which is running above the video, and give those videos link in the end screen which is displayed in the end of the screen. So kindly subscribe our channel and click on the bell icon. Let's start the session. In this video we are going to see properties of Z transform. Previously we have posted and discussed about what is Z transform and what is ROC, and solved many problems about ROC and properties of ROC we have discussed previously. In this video we are going to study about the properties of Z transform. Before going to the all properties, x of z is Z transform of x of n. Let the ROC of x of z be in between R1 and R2. First is linearity property. What is the linearity property? The linearity property of Z transform states that the Z transform of linear weighted combination of discrete time signals is equal to similar linear weighted combination of Z transform of discrete time signal. The linear weighted combination of discrete time signals is equal to the similar linear weighted combination of individual Z transform of individual discrete time signal. For that, next page. Let x1 of z is the Z transform of x1 of n, and Z transform of x2 of n equal to x2 of z, where Z transform of a1 x1 of n plus a2 x2 of n is equal to a1. Take the constant outside, x1 of z plus a2 x2 of z, where a1 and a2 are the constants. The ROC for the transform of a sum of sequences is the intersection of the ROCs of the individual transform. ROC for the transform of sum of sequences is the intersection of the ROCs of individual transforms. Next, coming to the time shifting property. What is the time shifting property? Here in time shifting property there is two cases. One is for two-sided transform. Case 2 is for one-sided Z transform. For case 1, two-sided transform, if x of z equal to Z transform x of n and the initial conditions for x of n are 0, then Z transform of x n minus m is equal to Z power minus m. If x is delayed by some time signal, it will be in the Z power minus m into x of z, where Z transform of x of n plus m is equal to Z power plus m. Here minus sign, substitute by minus m here. For plus, it is advanced by Z power m into x of z, where m is a positive or negative integer. What is the case 2? Case 2 is for one-sided transform. Let x of n be discrete time signal defined in the range 0 to infinity. 0 to infinity is nothing but for one-sided transform. Let z of x of n is equal to x of z. By shifting property, Z transform of x of n minus m is equal to Z power minus m. For minus m, Z power minus n the whole into x of z plus summation k. K is some constant. K is equal to 1 to m x of minus k Z power k. Similarly, for Z transform of x of n plus 1 equal to Z power m into x of z minus, see the sign changes, see the sign changes here. Summation k equal to 0 to m, where here k is equal to 1 to m. For minus Z power n x of n minus m, plus k summation k equal to 1 to m, here minus summation k equal to 0 to m is x of plus k into z power minus k. X of plus k into z power minus k. Minus sign, plus sign, minus sign, plus sign. Here plus minus plus minus. By default, by shortcut we can memorize like this. Then coming to the multiplication by an exponential sequence or a power n. If it is multiplied by some exponential or a power n sequence or scaling in z domain. If x of z is equal to z transform of x of n, then z transform of a power n x of n is equal to x of a inverse z. X of a inverse z. Next, coming to the next property, ROC of this exponential sequence, multiplication by exponential sequence is ROC is equal to modulus of a inverse z less than modulus of R1 less than modulus of a inverse z less than R2. ROC between R1 and R2 a inverse of z, because here see x of a inverse, when we taking a z transform of this sequence, what we will get? X of a inverse z. So z transform ROC will be in between R1 and R2. Mod of a inverse z can be written as mod a R1 less than mod z less than mod a R2. How? See, we can write it as z by a, R1 less than mod z by r a, z by a less than R2. Take this a over here, what we will get? A R1 less than a R2. So modulus of a less than R2 we get like this, modulus of a R1 into mod z less than mod a R2. Next, coming to time reversal. What is time reversal? If x of z equal to z transform of x of n, then z transform of minus x of n is equal to x of z inverse. Minus n, we will get what we will get when we taking z transform x of z inverse. How the ROC will be? R1 and R2 mod z inverse. Mod z inverse can be written as 1 by mod z. 1 by mod z less than R1 less than R2 can be written as 1 by R2 less than, because what we will get by simplifying 1 by R2 less than mod z less than 1 by R1. Then what is the next property? Multiplication by n. If z transform of x of n is equal to x of z, then z transform of n into x of n is equal to minus z into d by dz of x of z. If it is multiplied by n, what we will get? Differentiation of that z transform minus z into d by dz of x of z. In general, if it is multiplied by n times, n power times, what we will get? N power k into x of n is equal to minus z into d by dz of whole power k. For if n is equal to 2, what we will get? Minus z into d by dz the whole squared into x of z. Okay, what is the next one? Time expansion. The signal xk of n is equal to x of n by k if n is a multiple of k. 0 if n is not a multiple of k. If z of x of n is equal to x of z, then xk of n is nothing but x of z power k. X of z power k. Next, coming to the conjugation property. What is the conjugation property? If z transform of x of n is equal to x of z, then z transform of x star of n is nothing but x star of, this is for conjugation symbol, x asterisk or star we can pronounce, x star of z star. X star of n is nothing but x star of z star. Next, convolution property. This is a important or a powerful tool for analysis of convolution theorem. Is a powerful tool for analysis of discrete time signals and systems. Okay. If z of Z transform of x1 of n is equal to x1 of z. Similarly, for Z transform of x2 of n is equal to x2 of z. Then Z transform of x1 of n convolution. This is for convolution symbol into x2 of n is nothing but convolution in time domain. What we will get in frequency domain? Multiplication of those sequence. Convolution in time domain we will get in multiplication in the z domain, x1 of z into x2 of z, where convolution x1 of n, convolution x2 of n is nothing but summation m is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x1 of m, x2 of n minus m. What is the next property? Similarly, for if convolution of input sequence and impulse response, what we will get? Multiplication of x of z into h of z in z domain. Next, coming to the correlation property. What is correlation property? If z of x of n is equal to x of z and z of y of n, z transform of y of n is equal to y of z, where then z transform of correlation symbol, correlation of two different sequence x y of m is nothing but x of z, y of z inverse. Please note that for convolution it is nothing but multiplication of the same sign, multiplication of same what we will give x of n will give is x of z, h of n will give h of z. Here for correlation there is a difference x of z into y of z inverse, where or x y of n, correlation of two sequence m is equal to summation n equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n, y of n minus m. Next, coming to the initial value and final value theorem of Z transform. What is initial value theorem? Let x of n be an one-sided signal defined in the range 0 to infinity. Now, if Z transform of x of n is equal to x of z, then the initial value of x of n, that is, what is that initial value? X of 0 is given by, this should be in the one-sided signal. For one-sided signal only we can define for define convolution initial value and final value theorem for Z transform. If it is a one-sided signal, what is the initial value of x of n? Is x of 0. X of 0 is equal to limit z tends to infinity x of z. For final value theorem, let x of n be a one-sided signal defined in the range 0 less than or equal to n less than or equal to infinity. If z transform of x of n is equal to x of z, then the final value of x of n. What is the final value? Final value or otherwise called as steady state value. Steady state value or final value is what is that? X of infinity. X of infinity is equal to limit z tends to 1 z minus 1 into x of z, or x of infinity can be written as 1 minus z inverse into x of z, or x of infinity equal to limit z tends to 1 z minus 1. This form can be written as z minus 1 divided by z into x of z. When we substitute z equal to 1, what we will get? Z minus 1 divided by 1 into x of z. We will get z minus 1 into x of z. So, for initial value theorem, x of 0, this is very, very important. Problems based on these theorems will be asked very frequently. So, what is the initial value theorem? X of 0 equal to limit z tend to infinity. For initial value, we have to substitute limit value z tend to infinity into x of z. For final value theorem, x of infinity is equal to limit z tends to 1. For infinity, we have to substitute limit z tends to 1, z minus 1 into x of z. Z minus 1 into x. Next, coming to the property, what is that? Complex convolution theorem or multiplication in time domain. If x3 of n is equal to x1 of n and x2 of n, x3 of n is the multiplication of two time sequence If x3 of n is a multiplication of 2 times sequence x1 of n and x2 of n, then x3 of z equal to 1 by 2 pi j closed integral over c x1 of v and x2 of z by v into v inverse dv, where v is a dummy variable used for contour integration. If C is a unit circle, so it's look like a convolution property. If C is a unit circle, let V equal to e power j theta and Z equal to e power j omega, then differentiate with respect to V. dV is equal to e power j theta. We will when we differentiate e power j theta, the same thing, e power j theta into j d theta. So substitute in place of V equal to e power j theta and Z equal to e power j omega and dV is equal to e power j theta and d theta. What we will get? x3 of Z equal to 1 by 2 j closed integral over c x1 of e power j theta. In place of V, substitute e power j theta and x2 of e power j omega in place of Z divided by e power j theta divided by V here. So substitute e power j theta into V inverse. V is equal to e power j theta, then V inverse will be e power minus j theta into dV. In place of dV, substitute j e power j theta d theta. So by simplifying, what we will get? E power minus j theta here. See, when we taking this term to the numerator, what will get? This will become e power minus j theta. So take j outside, j into omega minus theta into e power minus j theta plus j e power plus j theta. These two will get cancelled and this j and this j will get cancelled and these two term will get e power 0. E power 0 is nothing but 1. E power minus j theta plus e power j theta is equal to, plus j theta is equal to e power 0 equal to 1. So 1 by 2 pi for the limit for theta minus pi to plus pi, here 1 by 2 pi integral over minus pi to plus pi x1 of e power j theta into x2 of e power j of omega minus theta into d theta. Next, coming to Parseval's relation. What is Parseval relation? Let us consider two complex valued sequence x1 of n and x2 of n. Parseval's relation states that summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x1 of n, x2 star of n is nothing but complex conjugate of x2 star of n is nothing but complex conjugate of x2 of n is equal to 1 by 2 pi j close to integral x1 of z into x2 star of, where x2 star of 1 by v star into v power minus 1 into dv. Next, what is that? If x1 of z and x2 of z both converge on the unit circle, we can choose v is equal to e power j omega. So substitute in place of e power j omega, we will get 1 by 2 pi integral over minus pi to pi x1 of e power j omega into x2 star of e power j omega into d omega. If x1 of n and x2 of n is equal to x of n, where x of n is a real sequence, whereas x1 of n and x2 of n is a complex sequence, where here x of n is a real sequence. What we will get? X of n, here not x1 of n, x squared of n, summation minus infinity to plus infinity, substitute in place of x1 of n by x of n and x2 of n by x1 of n. What we will get? X squared of n divided by 1 equal to 1 by 2 pi j closed integral x of v into x of v inverse into v inverse dv. These are all the properties of Z transform. Let's quickly see the summary of properties of Z transform and its ROC. What is the summary of properties of Z transform? If x of n is equal to Z transform of x of n is equal to x of Z, Z transform of x1 of n is equal to x1 of Z, Z transform of x2 of n equal to x2 of Z. ROC will be R1 less than mod Z less than R2. For this term, for x1 of n, ROC is equal to R1. For x2 of n, ROC is equal to R2. Next, what is the property sequence? Z transform of that sequence and how the ROC will be region of convergence. We'll see one by one quickly. For linearity property, we know that A1 x1 of n plus A2 x2 of n. When we taking Z transform, A1 x1 of Z plus A2 x2 of Z, ROC will be in the intersection of R1 and R2. For time shifting property, x of n minus n, what we will get? Z power minus m x of Z. Same as x of Z. ROC will be same as x of Z except Z equal to 0 if m greater than 0. If m greater than 0, same as x of Z and except Z equal to 0 and Z equal to infinity if m less than 0. For that, same as x of Z except Z equal to 0 for the condition if m greater than 0. Except Z equal to infinity for the condition m less than 0. Next, coming to the multiplication by exponential sequence. A power n x of n is equal to x of A inverse Z. ROC will be mod A R1 less than mod Z less than mod A R2. Next, coming to time reversal. X of minus n is equal to x of Z inverse. ROC will be 1 by R2 less than mod Z less than 1 by Rn. Next, coming to the differentiation in time domain. Differentiation in Z domain. Differentiation in Z domain or multiplication by n. Differentiation in the Z domain or multiplication by n in the time domain. N of x of n is nothing but minus Z d by dz into x of Z R1 less than mod Z or less than R2. Next, coming to the conjugation property. Conjugation property is nothing but x star of n is equal to x star of Z star. ROC will be R1 less than mod Z less than R2. Next, what is the property? Correlation. Correlation property is nothing but what is the sequence? X1 of L convolution sign into x2 of minus L. What we will get? x1 of Z into x2 of Z inverse because it is minus L. Similarly, at least the intersection of ROC of x1 of Z and x2 of Z inverse. Next, coming to the convolution property. x1 of n convolution x2 of n, what we will get in the Z transform? Multiplication of those sequence x1 of Z into x2 of Z. ROC in the at least in the intersection of R1 and R2. Next, coming to the multiplication property. x1 of n into x2 of n is nothing but 1 by 2 pi j integral over c x1 of v into x2 of Z by v into v inverse dv. ROC at least R1L R2L. Some constant R1L R2L less than mod Z R1U R2U. Next, initial value and final value theorem. X of 0 for initial value theorem. X of 0 equal to limit Z tends to infinity x of Z. For final value theorem, x of infinity equal to limit Z tends to 1 Z minus 1 into x of Z, where x of Z has no pole on or outside the unit circle. Then coming to the Parseval's relation. Parseval's relation is summation n equal to minus infinity to infinity x1 of n into x2 star of n is equal to 1 by 2 pi j closed integral x1 of v into x2 star of 1 by v star into v inverse dv. These are all the properties of Z transform. This is very, very important in solving Z transform. Okay. Please subscribe our channel Off Campus and support us. Thanks for watching.